What's good, Panther Nation? It's your boy, Myron McRae, a.k.a. Tornado McRae across the skies of the internet, here with another episode of Panthers Pride TV, your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and your Panther obligations. And happy long holiday weekend to all of y'all. Hope you can enjoy the holiday weekend. So, because it is the holidays, and I know you're probably trying to get out and, enjoy some freeze pops, some ice cream, enjoy some fireworks with the kiddos and things like that. If you live in America, if you're watching this and you don't live in America, you know what? I still hope you're having a great weekend too. And the fact that you're watching me over international waters and I'm no longer in international waters, I rock with you. I rock with you. But go and get into it, give you a few things that have appeared on my docket and just make your weekend probably smile a little bit more. And give you I want to give y'all something to talk about over the barbecue today too. So we'll get into that at the end of everything that's here. But guys, first things first, and I know we've harped on this a lot. A lot of us have said, yo, we need to make sure all our team is built off chemistry and that everything is going according to plan. Everybody's locked in step, right? Well, the Panthers are working through the holidays this weekend, and I love that. So if you haven't seen, man, so this past weekend, as of yesterday, Bryce Young, Adam Thielen, Jimmy Horn, Tedero McMillan, Jatavian Sanders, David Moore, Xavier Legette, and Kobe Hudson were all working out together out in Minnesota at one of the local camps that the Thielen Foundation puts on out there. And I love seeing this. This was put up on social media. It's just I don't know how they forgot Kobe Hudson on here. But you know what? It is what it is. No disrespect to Kobe. But I included you, bro. I included you. But as you can see, it's Bryce, Thielen, Horn, McMillan, Sanders, David Moore, Xavier Legette, and then Kobe Hudson and the rest of their company. And the camp was led by ETS founder Ryan Engelbert. So shout out to him putting that on. And shout out to the Thielen Foundation. The fact that all of them traveled over 4th of July weekend to continue to build chemistry and get this working together, do something with the youth up in Minnesota. Hey, bro, give them another round. Give them another round of applause. That is really cool, and I love seeing that. And here's what Adam Thielen, obviously as the lead receiver, as the lead vet in the room, here's what he had to say about the current state of the wide receiver room. Adam says, I think for the first time here since I've been here, you look around the room and I don't know who's going to make the team. And that's a great thing. That competition breeds just elevation of play, and you hear Dan and Dave talk about that all the time. They just want to raise the floor, and when you raise the floor, it raises the ceiling. So I'm excited to see what that brings. And honestly, I'm excited to see it too, man. I am really excited to see it. I love the fact that the boys are working out together no matter what. They're getting together at different times of the year, and it makes me feel like the passing game this year is going to be very different. It makes me feel like what we saw at the end of last year in our passing game is going to transfer over easily into this season, and we're going to just continue to build off that foundation and just continue to grow there. Because in my mind, and some of y'all may not agree with this. Some of you may think, oh, that's a bad statement or whatever the case may be. But truthfully, I believe chemistry can supersede talent in pivotal moments. You can have all the talent in the world, but if I am not in lockstep and know what you want to do as a quarterback to a receiver, it doesn't work. I've been the quarterback. I've been the receiver. And there have been times where I wasn't the best player in said situation. A lot of times, honestly. Because I'm humble enough to admit there's always somebody better, there's always somebody worse than me. But that's not the case. The point is, when you're in these critical moments, and athletes will know what I'm talking about, sometimes knowing what your teammate wants to do beats out if your opponent is more talented than you. If I know my teammate wants to run this route or do this exact cut at this step, I can throw the ball or I can be prepared that the ball is going to be here when the time comes. I don't have to be more talented. For example, for years out in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams knew, hey, in the end zone, just throw a back shoulder fade. Even if they had the best DB on Devontae Adams, You just knew, hey, yo, it's a back shoulder. They know one time to throw a back shoulder fade, and it always worked. So to me, I think these guys building this chemistry, we're going to get more moments like that to where, yeah, on paper, the secondary may be better than our receiving core, but because they have that chemistry, Bryce knows when to throw the ball, and he knows that McMillan, Thielen, Liggett, Coker, Horn, Hudson, Moore, he knows that those guys are going to be ready for it. I am sad that I didn't see Coker and who else? Like the other tight ends and one that obviously Trimble's out, but I'm sad I didn't see some of them out there. But it's okay. It's okay. I think they probably had other reasons, and we're not going to be too bad about that. But the best part I do like about this, and it hasn't really been reiterated, is the fact that this wasn't coach influenced. This is the players saying, hey, let's get more reps together. Hey, let's work out together. Hey, Adam, take it to your neighborhood in Minnesota and let's build a camaraderie. Let's get to know each other more. Take us to what you're trying to put together in your community so we can be locked in step. And when you're locked in step off the field, you can be locked in step on the field. And that just bodes well for the team. So I love this. I think it's amazing. And honestly, I hope this put a smile on your face because it put a smile on mine, man. Like, just look at it. That's cool to me. I like that. I really, really do. But now, guys, we got to move into the second topic that I saw, and most overpaid. Who do y'all think is the most overpaid at their position? Like, first name off the top of your head, who's the most overpaid? Now, that you have that in your head, let's see if you were right or if the person you thought of even came to your mind. Because Bleacher Report's Gary Davenport, he released an article revealing the most overpaid person at each position in the NFL heading into this season. And I was looking at it, and apparently a Carolina Panther made the list. So I was like, okay, I think I know who it is. I'm pretty sure who they got. Yeah, nah, actually. So the person they said was Trayvon Moehrig.
Nani?
Yeah, the person he said was Trayvon Moehrig, which caught me off guard. It honestly caught me off guard, and here's what he had to say about it. Davenport says, remember that part about bad teams overpaying players? That was the case this year with the Carolina Panthers and safety Trayvon Moehrig. In fairness, Moehrig is coming off the best season of his career, 104 tackles, a sack, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 interceptions, and 10 passes defended in 17 starts for the Las Vegas Raiders. But that was the first time he had been more than a replacement-level player in Sin City. Now, maybe 2024 was his light bulb moment, the season it all came together for the 2021 second-round pick. Or it could be that he's just the latest player to have one big outlier of a season before reverting to mediocrity. He has also allowed at least 65% of passes thrown in his direction to be completed each of the last 3 years, making Moehrig the NFL's 6th highest paid safety in terms of annual average salary was a gamble.
Oh!
Oof. Oh, all right. All right, Dave. We got to talk, man. We got to talk. First things first, I honestly thought they were going to put J.C. Horn on there at the cornerback slot. Because when I heard that it was going to be Carolina Panthers, I was like, okay, J.C. Horn's probably going to be there for corner because he hasn't been as available in 2 out of 4 years. So that's what I thought. So when I saw Moehrig, I was like, okay. And truthfully, only reason I think they're listing it as a gamble is because Moehrig didn't start shining until the last 2 years of his career the last 2 years of his career, i.e., growing and developing into a safety, into a star. Like I keep telling y'all that. Sometimes y'all got to give these players time to grow. Y'all want instant reactions and y'all want instant gratification. Sometimes you just got to let the pot marinate, bro. Let the ramen cool off. You know what I mean? Let the steak get the marinade for a few minutes. Like before you're ready, just throw it on the grill and just that's how you end up with well-done steaks. And if you eat a well-done steak, you honestly should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm disappointed in you as your friend. If you eat well-done steaks and you love them, as your friend, I am disappointed in you. I'm a medium guy myself. Medium well, I will let you have. But I'm going to give you a bombastic side eye. However, anywho, I genuinely think, like, hey, he's growing into his own. And Carolina just saw this as like, hey, yo, let's jump on it now. Let's jump on it now. You may not think he's the sixth best safety in the NFL in terms of average salary, but if he shows out over the next 2 to 3 years, 4 to 5, 6 to 7, and proves he's the sixth best or one of the top 6 best, this is going to look like a steal. Then you're going to be sitting there like, oh, man, Carolina knew something that we didn't know. So, yes, I can see why y'all think it's a gamble. I see it more of, hey, we see it before y'all see it. We're not going to sit there and wait until he's proven it, then have to really overpay for this man and really throw a bag at him, as opposed to, hey, let's throw him this little bag now because it's 3 years, $51 million. Throw him this bag now rather than having to wait. He proved that he's the top 6 safety, and now a 3-4 year deal comes out to $89 to $100 million, especially with the way the league is going, and it seems like contracts are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Bro, come on now. So, in my eyes, this truthfully is going to look like a steal if Moehrig ends up being like a 2-time All-Pro or 2-time Pro Bowl in the next 3 years. If he does that in the next 2 to 3 years, 3-year, $51 million is going to look like we got him for the low. And I think Dan Morgan and Canales, Avero, and everybody, and including myself, think that is the more probable option than, oh, well, hey. Because at the end of the day, let's keep it a buck, let's keep it 1,000. As much as we don't like to admit it, if Morgan is overpaid and he isn't bad, like, okay, cool. We've been in this position. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to admit it, but, oh, we have bad safety play. Or Morgan's not who we thought he was. Shocker. We've been here. That's where we've been the last 2 to 3 years. Honestly, the last probably 4 to 5. So, it's one of those things where if it goes bad, it's not like we're falling. But if it goes great, it's going to the moon, man. It's going to the moon. So that's my thought process on it, and that's how I look. Half glass full type of guy. And then lastly, I know y'all love this, and I'm thinking like we're going to definitely make this a weekly thing. Yeah, this is going to be our weekly thing on Fridays. But it's time for Would You Rather Panthers edition, man. And I know some of y'all love this. Some of y'all really do. And it's time for this week's Would You Rather, guys. So here's the question. Would you rather draft Devontae Adams over Kelvin Benjamin in the 2014 draft, or draft Amon-Ra St. Brown over Terrace Marshall Jr. in the 2021 draft? And yes, it is crazy to think that both of these individuals were available and we did not take them. Crazy to think. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. If you throw Devontae Adams, like I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There's 2 reasons why I'm picking Devontae Adams here. And this might be easy for me. It might be hard. I thought it was a pretty hard question because of how great Amon-Ra St. Brown is. And that's truth be told. Truth be told, Amon-Ra St. Brown to me is one of the best receivers in the league right now. It's like, if I had to go best receivers in the league right now, obviously Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase are 1 and 2. Then I would probably have to say Amon-Ra is in that 3 to 6 range when I started looking at receivers. Because Justin and Jamar are 1 and 2. And then after that, Mike Evans. I'd say Mike Evans is 3. I would go, think of the teams. Yeah, I might put Amon-Ra at 4. I don't know, man. Like Amon-Ra at 4. Probably as East, I don't know. Like, yeah. Then A.J. Brown, Devontae. Like, I definitely think Amon-Ra's at 3 to 6 range. I really have to think that through. But the reason why I'm going to Davante Adams here, the reason why I'm going here, one, first and foremost, bro, get Kelvin. I hated that Kelvin Benjamin pick. To this day, I never wanted us to draft Kelvin Benjamin. I said it in the last video. I'll say it again. Never wanted us to draft this man. Never wanted us to draft Kelvin Benjamin. I'm sorry. I was never that guy. I never believed in Kelvin Benjamin. Not one iota, not one bit. But two, bro, imagine if you had Davante Adams on that 2015 Panthers squad.
NANI?
I'm saying. Imagine if you had Davante Adams on that 2015 Panthers squad. Now, don't get me wrong. If you throw Amon-Ra St. Brown on this receiving squad right now, especially like he came up with Young, now it's Thielen, Liggett, Coker, and now McMillan. And it's, like, I think the reason why I'm picking as because I know what the 2015 Panthers could do. But if you were to throw Amon-Ra St. Brown on this, boy, that's why I say this is tougher than it looks. That's why I say it's tougher than it looks. But overall, I'm taking Davante Adams. That's just me, man. And that's where I stand. But y'all let me know how you feel about that, man. And then we're going to move on because it's time for Panther Nation to speak their truth. Time for y'all to speak your truth today. What you got to say, man. And first things first comes out from the homie Smokey Two Tokes 252. My man says, thank you for the continued content. Listen, man, I'm trying my best. I greatly appreciate the love. And for all of you who actually do enjoy these videos and the fact that I do put out daily content, I greatly appreciate it. Some of y'all, for some reason, this is a Daily Panthers page, but you don't like that I put out daily content. I don't know. I don't know, man. That just seems weird. Like, if I'm not your cup of tea, you're welcome to leave. But if you love what I've done and you feel the same way as Smokey here, I greatly appreciate it. And I thank y'all so much. I really, really do. I really, really do. And I think some of y'all have actually been going to my personal page, Tornado McRae, and been subscribing there. Which, if you have been, thank you. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. And for those of you who don't know or are curious, it is Tornado, just like the word tornado, and then MCRAE. Like, I have a lot of other content over there, too, if you just want to watch it. And then number 2 coming up here comes from Sir Ace of Spades. Would rather see top 16 defense. I get that, and he's talking about how in the last video I said, you know what, I think Vero can, if he has like a top 20 defense, he's perfectly fine. That's what I want. And I just said that to be realistic, because for Vero to go from, he hasn't, like, for Vero to go the way he has the last couple of years, I'm like, you know what, let me be obtainable. Because, you know, they always tell you, make goals that are hard but obtainable. And top 20 to me is obtainable right now. Top 16, top 15, like, I'd love it. But that's stretching it a bit. With all the other defenses in the league, I'll be honest with you. But it's not unfeasible. It's just stretching in my eyes. But I see where you're going with that. And I get that, my man. I respect that. I can see where you're going with there. And then number 3 comes from Clothes Basket 8085. He says, also, Casey cost us a Super Bowl. That's a good no. A Gano is wild. Can we make that a thing? Like, hey, yo, can we make that a thing for real? That's a Gano. Like, that's a Gano for me, dog. Like, I really want to make that a consistent thing in our fandom. I would love that. But, guys, that's all I have for today's episode. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can always be notified of when these videos are dropping. Next, comment below and let me know. 1, how do you feel seeing that Bryce and the receivers are out still getting that work together even through the holidays? 2, do you think Morick is the most overpaid safety in the league? Do you think he's the most overpaid Panther? Do you think there's somebody else that should have been in that spot? And 3, let me know. Would you rather draft Devontae Adams over Kelvin Benjamin or Amon-Ra St. Brown over Terrence Marshall Jr.? Let me know in the comments below, because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with 2 tats. Peace. What's on all you Panther Nation? Take care. Have a safe weekend. Later days. And as always, keep pounding. I'll see you next time.